That picture of me was from that day that I had found out he hadn't run away, but had died. He had been killed, he was dead, never coming back. Cause he'd been murdered and I wasn't prepared for such an attack. I lost the ability to think, to breathe, the room closed in. I couldn't even talk, but it was needless for me to say. I couldn't express my thoughts as I was filled with a mix of shock and with every emotion a person can have, I suppose. I guess this was my introduction to grief, God only knows. I stopped speaking for a while, maybe at least a week, probably closer to 2. It wasn't something I chose, but it was because I somehow knew to say the words out loud would be the death of me too, I admit. But I'm not proud, but it would make it real. And I wasn't ready to deal, my soul could not reveal that I wasn't ready to feel that my son was really gone. So I would lay in bed all day long in the fetal position, screaming guttural cries from an attack of indecision, as the realization would hit over and over and over again. I'm prepared for this shit, so I allowed myself to do this for as long as I felt I needed, with the promise that every day I would get out of bed to make Colton's little brother Josh dinner. Every night was superseded. I look back now and wonder if Josh wondered why his mommy had stopped talking to him. I justified that he had his toys and TV shows, but kept the lights turned off. I preferred it matched that the stars now shone more dim. I couldn't express my thoughts as I was filled with a mix of shock and with every emotion a person can have, I suppose. I stopped speaking for a while, maybe at least a week, probably because it's the closest I can not show my introduction to God. He saw me going through the motions on autopilot. I knew eventually I would have to call it, and call Colton's older brothers who were college age, mid-20s, and tell them finally, after my silence, involuntary, a self-imposed, filled with a mix of shock and with every emotion a person can have. I stopped speaking for a while, maybe at least a week. Every emotion a person can have, I suppose. I guess this was my introduction to grief, God only knows. God only knows. God only knows. God only knows. I picked up the phone, dialed Larry, the eldest. And after he picked up, "Hello?" I said, "Larry, it's me, Mom," and spoke the hardest words I have ever had to say. Telling them was the most absolutely difficult thing in all my years of living that I've ever done.